Have you ever wondered how much a simple mistake can cost? Well, some mistakes in history make our everyday blunders look like pocket change. Imagine for a moment the greatest blunders that have shaped our world. These aren't your ordinary missteps or miscalculations. These are errors of such magnitude that they've cost not just millions or billions but in some cases trillions of dollars. But the cost isn't only financial, there's a human cost too, measured in lives lost, families shattered, and communities uprooted. There's the cost to our heritage, as irreplaceable artifacts and sites are damaged or destroyed. And then there's the cost to progress, with missed opportunities that could have advanced our knowledge or improved our lives. These are the mistakes that have left indelible marks on our history and continue to shape our future. So buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Stay tuned as we delve into the 15 most expensive fails in history. We start our list with an unforgettable maritime disaster, the sinking of the Titanic. Conceived as the epitome of luxury and safety, Titanic's construction was a marvel of its era. On its maiden voyage, however, tragedy struck. The ship collided with an iceberg and sank, leading to a catastrophic loss of life and a financial abyss. The aftermath revealed a tale of overconfidence and inadequate safety measures. The Titanic disaster reminds us of the high price of overconfidence and lack of preparation. Next, we take to the skies with the de Havilland Comet crashes. The Comet, a true marvel of British engineering, was the world's first jet airliner. Its innovative design promised a new era of air travel. But a series of catastrophic crashes in the early 50s dealt a severe blow to the British aviation industry. The design flaws discovered in the Comet's fuselage led to a loss of confidence and market share. The Comet crashes underline the importance of thorough testing and safety and innovation. From the depths of the ocean and the heights of the sky, we now venture into space with the Challenger explosion. In the mid-80s, NASA's Space Shuttle Challenger met a tragic fate, exploding just over a minute into its flight. This catastrophe, costing 7 lives and countless dollars, shook the world and halted NASA's Space Shuttle program for almost 3 years. It was a stark reminder of the risks involved in space exploration. The Challenger explosion emphasizes the need for caution when pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Our next stop is Chernobyl, the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster. In 1986, a reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded due to a flawed design coupled with operator errors. The resulting radioactive fallout was 400 times more than that of the Hiroshima atomic bomb. Long-term effects included widespread environmental damage and an increase in cancer rates in the affected areas. Today, Chernobyl stands as a stark reminder of the potential dangers of nuclear power if not properly managed. From physical disasters, we now move to a financial catastrophe. The dot-com bubble burst. In the late 90s and early 2000s, we witnessed the meteoric rise of internet companies, fueled by wild speculation and overvaluation. But as quickly as they rose, they fell, sending shockwaves through the global economy. The fallout was swift and brutal, leaving many investors penniless and companies bankrupt. The dot-com bubble burst serves as a stark reminder of the perils of speculation and overvaluation. Next on our list is another financial disaster, the subprime mortgage crisis. Sparked by a surge in mortgage defaults in the United States, this crisis was fueled by overzealous lending and a lack of financial regulation. Banks had been granting loans to high-risk borrowers, leading to a real estate bubble that inevitably burst. The fallout was catastrophic, plunging the global economy into the worst recession since the Great Depression. The subprime mortgage crisis underscores the importance of responsible lending and financial regulation. Our next expensive mistake takes us to one of the world's busiest trade routes, the Suez Canal. In 2021, the mammoth vessel Ever Given ran aground, completely blocking the canal. This resulted in a massive traffic jam of ships, disrupting global trade. The cost of freeing the Ever Given ran into millions of dollars each day, not to mention the lost revenue from halted trade. The Suez Canal blockage is a reminder of our global interdependence and the potential cost of unforeseen events. We return to the sea with the Exxon Valdez oil spill, one of the worst environmental disasters in history. In the wee hours of March 24, 1989, the Exxon Valdez oil tanker ran aground in Prince William Sound, Alaska, spilling nearly 11 million gallons of crude oil. This catastrophic event decimated local wildlife and took years, along with billions of dollars, to clean up. The Exxon Valdez oil spill highlights the environmental cost of our reliance on fossil fuels. From one oil spill to another, we now turn to the Deepwater Horizon disaster. In 2010, an explosion on the Deepwater Horizon rig led to the largest marine oil spill in history, devastating the Gulf of Mexico. The rig's blowout preventer failed, releasing millions of barrels of crude oil into the ocean. The environmental impact was staggering, affecting marine life, coastal habitats, and local economies. The cleanup and litigation expenses ran into billions. The Deepwater Horizon spill serves as a warning of the potential cost of offshore drilling. Our next expensive mistake takes us back to space with the Hubble telescope. Launched with a flawed mirror, the Hubble's performance was severely compromised. Instead of crystal-clear images, the telescope sent back blurry pictures. The repair mission, executed by Space Shuttle Endeavour's crew in 1993, came at a staggering cost of hundreds of millions of dollars. The Hubble telescope mistake shows us that even in the most carefully planned projects, errors can occur. Staying in space, we now look at the loss of the Mars Climate Orbiter. It's a tale of a simple misunderstanding with astronomical costs. The mishap occurred when one team used imperial units while another used metric, causing the orbiter to veer off course and disintegrate in Mars's atmosphere. This minor miscommunication cost NASA a whopping $325 million, the price tag of the orbiter's development, launch, and operations. The Mars Climate Orbiter loss underlines the importance of clear communication and standardization in complex projects. Next, we delve into the world of finance with the collapse of Barings Bank. In the mid-90s, rogue trader Nick Leeson single-handedly caused the downfall of Britain's oldest merchant bank. Leeson's unchecked risk-taking led to losses exceeding £800 million, a cost too great for Barings to bear. The bank's collapse sent shockwaves through the British banking industry, marking the end of a 233-year-old institution. The collapse of Barings Bank serves as a warning of the potential cost of unchecked risk-taking. From finance, we now move to the world of marketing with the failure of New Coke. In 1985, Coca-Cola, in an attempt to regain market share, decided to change its century-old secret formula. This move was met with a colossal public backlash. The outcry was so severe that the company had to revert to its original recipe within just 3 months. The entire fiasco cost Coca-Cola millions and damaged its reputation significantly. The failure of New Coke is a reminder of the potential cost of underestimating consumer loyalty. Our final stop is Fukushima, the site of the worst nuclear disaster since Chernobyl. On a fateful day in March 2011, a colossal earthquake and subsequent tsunami triggered a catastrophic meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant. The disaster unleashed an immense amount of radioactive material, causing profound immediate impacts and long-term effects on the environment and human health. Today, the scars of Fukushima still linger, reminding us of the steep price we can pay when nuclear power is not properly managed. Fukushima serves as another stark reminder of the potential cost of nuclear power if not properly managed. We've journeyed through some of the most expensive mistakes in history, from maritime disasters to financial crises. Each story, each blunder, is not just a tally of financial loss or a recounting of colossal failures. They are, above all, lessons etched deeply into the annals of human history. Indeed, the sinking of the Titanic underscored the lethal cost of overconfidence, while the dot-com bubble burst served as a stark reminder of the perils of unfettered speculation. The Challenger explosion and the Hubble telescope mistake both highlighted the importance of meticulous checks and balances in technological endeavors. And the devastating nuclear incidents at Chernobyl and Fukushima underscored the dire consequences of inadequate safety measures. These historical episodes, while costly and tragic, provide valuable insights for generations to come. They remind us to be cautious, to be thorough, and to never underestimate the potential ramifications of our actions. While we cannot change the past, we can learn from it, striving to avoid similar mistakes and build a better future.